A delightful Thursday evening to all. Yours truly, Ice Martinez here, and glad to bring you PTV News now. And tops on our stories for tonight. First up, in light of ongoing concerns over allegedly anomalous flood control projects, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. stressed that the government's commitment to transparency, accountability, and integrity will hold firm come hell or high water. He announced plans for a transparency portal that will lay all the cards on the table, giving the public real-time access to project details, contractors, and implementation updates. The chief executive vowed to keep a close eye on every step of the process, ensuring irregularities are nipped in the bud rather than discovered years later. He further emphasized that modern tools like AI will separate the wheat from the chaff in project monitoring, guaranteeing quality and honesty. Finally, the president called on the public to speak up and blow the whistle through the Sumbong sa Pangulo website, which has already gathered over 20,000 reports since its launch. In a world where people yearn to see and be seen, none is more true of the latter than being sighted behind the wheel of a high-end car, especially in third-world nations where pricey automobiles are rare and highly coveted, and where bad actors will stop at nothing to get them there. In Port of Baltimore, Maryland, U.S. Border Patrol and customs agents are hot on the trail of smugglers seeking to sneak out contraband cars headed for Africa. As we hear more from VOA's Steve Herman.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection has a nearly impossible assignment. Try to intercept all the stolen automobiles leaving the country. Here at the Port of Baltimore, the hundreds that officers do discover annually are mostly bound for a particular region of the world, according to the CBP's Adam Rotman.
I'd say 90 to 95% of every one of our stolen automobiles is headed to West Africa.
Auto theft is a problem accelerating across the U.S., according to University of Miami criminology professor Alex Piquero.
There are people who are stealing cars and car parts to sell them very quickly in the local markets. And then there are people literally stealing cars and literally putting them on containers and selling them, shipping them all over the world, not just to Africa, but also to the Middle East and to Asia.
CBP uses mobile giant X-ray machines to scan containers and determine whether they seem suspicious and should be opened. The manifest for this container did not list any vehicles, explains CBP Port of Baltimore Director Rotman.
It's supposed to be only household goods in there. In this example, there's at least 3, probably 4 cars in that container.
This 2021 Mercedes-Benz, valued at $48,000, was fraudulently purchased in the state of Ohio with a stolen identity. It was intercepted here in Maryland and was intended to be shipped to the West African country of Togo.
This container we just opened today, the vehicle on the top here, that Honda, we've already verified through the VIN number that that car is stolen. There is 2 more in the back. There's another one hanging from chains.
Law enforcement says criminals frequently rent cars for a 30-day period, drive the vehicles directly into a container, and post a fake VIN, the vehicle identification number, over the real one. The car will not be reported stolen for a month. By then, it could already be on a ship on the high seas. Rotman's team hopes to intercept such cars before they head out to sea.
We noticed that the check digit on the VIN doesn't match what's supposed to be on a Ford truck.
Authorities in some countries in Africa are now working with Interpol to try to seize stolen vehicles that managed to slip past U.S. port checks. But that cooperation is inconsistent, says Professor Piquero.
Some governments will play nicer and other governments won't. You can't search every container. That's why the security at the port is so critically important.
With so many buyers seeking a deal on a used car, often with no questions asked, there is unlikely to be a slowdown in the global traffic of stolen vehicles. Steve Herman, VOA News, Sparrows Point, Maryland.
So that's all for tonight. Join us anew tomorrow evening for another round of stories here and abroad, breaking at the hour. And always remember to stay connected by catching the news right here. This has been Ice Martinez, wishing you all a warm and restful evening. And thank you for watching PTV News Now.